they dressed Keanu Reeves in tights, given him a pink cape, and turned The Matrix into a comic strip, I'm not sure what they would have gotten, but my guess is that the results would have been something like this. Henshin a go-go, baby! It's Viewtiful Joe! Although it was developed by the same team that spawned Devil May Cry and Resident Evil 4, this game couldn't be more different. It drops the demons and zaps the zombies, brightens the mood, and with a flood of vibrant color, it trades muted earth tones for explosively awesome tones. And you know, explosive describes a lot more of this game than simply its color palette. More than its genre category or gameplay quirks, Viewtiful Joe is defined by its manic energy and relentless exuberance for all things geek. From comic books and superhero flicks to video games themselves, Viewtiful Joe celebrates geek culture with as much passion as in-your-face enthusiasm. The story picks up with our not-yet-a-hero Joe and his girlfriend Sylvia, who places her coat buttons more effectively than most, but evidently, this button placement has no effect on Joe.
Oh, why don't you show me some off-screen action?
Whoa, Sylvia! Cut it out! I said cut it out! They don't show these old movies all the time, you know? I've been looking forward to this forever.
Well, I've been looking forward to this.
You can probably see where this is going. Boy watches movie, movie kidnaps girl, boy enters movie, boy becomes superhero. You know, it's pretty standard stuff.
Henshin a go-go, baby!
And at first glance, the gameplay looks pretty standard too. After all, this is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, a genre which hasn't really changed all that much since even the golden age of Double Dragon and Final Fight. And although Capcom didn't reinvent the genre with Viewtiful Joe, they certainly reinvigorated it. As you might expect, you move Joe on a flat plane through the game's two-dimensional environments, sporadically encountering enemies who obviously must be dealt with. And that's one of the points at which this game breaks from the old guard, because despite his prepubescent appearance, Viewtiful Joe is a superhero in every sense. Joe's power, and therefore the game's hook, is all about time manipulation. You can slow the clock down to a crawl, giving Joe a significant edge in battle. He can dodge attacks, repel bullets, and string together some exquisite-looking combos. Conversely, you can also speed things up, and both speeds have an effect not only on the combat, but on the environment as well. They actually allow for some clever puzzles that complement the game's fighting, which, by the way, is extremely stylish and addictive. In fact, style is the other area in which Viewtiful Joe pushes the side-scrolling brawler forward. The frantic energy of the game is highlighted by its frantic art style, an obvious nod to American comics. During a time in which 2D games were a thin minority, Viewtiful Joe's application of slick three-dimensional cel shading against a flat 2D plane was a daring jolt to the status quo. And more importantly, it resulted in a hypnotic-looking game that almost felt like an interactive comic. And as you would expect from an interactive comic, it's an absolute joy to play. Just in case those countless Mega Man and Street Fighter sequels made you forget it, Viewtiful Joe was a reminder that Capcom had some of the most creative talent in the industry. In fact, this game more than reminded us, it screamed into our ears. This is one of those rare instances in which an art style and a gameplay mechanic combine for one seamless and unforgettable gaming experience. It's got the sheen of a modern classic and enough genuine old-school challenge to make Grandpa Battletoads proud. It's Viewtiful Joe.